I'd like to start this video out with a big, gigantic thank you to everybody that has subscribed to the channel over the past 4+ years. We're at 5,000 subscribers. That's a big deal to me because I love doing this and I do this for fun, and it's just really cool that you guys are coming along for the ride and supporting it, and seriously, that's not lost on me. I know I don't have 100,000 subscribers, so you guys are really important because it's pretty intimate, I guess you could say, and you guys are just awesome. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, seriously. I played music for a long time. And that was a lot of fun, and that really is my passion, even more so than this stuff. But I've never had the support in music that I've had through this channel, and it's just really eye-opening, and I'm very blessed. And I wanted to share that with you guys before we started today, again, to tell you thank you so much. So I have a goal to try to get to 10,000 before this time next year, the end of March next year. I'm gonna need your help to do it though, because if you like this stuff, which some of you do, share it with your friends, share it around. I'm hoping to have some really cool stuff coming up this year. If I can get things kind of in place, then we're gonna have some really killer videos that are gonna be kind of one-off, and one of them deals with this guy right here, so we're looking forward to that. So again, just thank you so much. Well, I had the Dakota all ready to go back to the track. You can even see the 26s I put in it. I had some lug nuts and all my tools and everything else like that. And I had it loaded on the trailer, and we were going to the track, and then the track decided that they were going to cancel test and tune because it was too windy yesterday. It's a new one for me. It was really windy, so I don't know, but so no testing. And well, I'm not going to be able to get back out to the quarter or the 8th mile for a while, so it is what it is. So we'll get back to testing and see what's going on, see, you know, if it's going to do the same thing, which I think it's going to do. I think we're still going to have the 60-foot issues, but I think it has to do with that converter. I think that converter's not meant for no nitrous. It wants some more power, so maybe we're going to figure that out before too long and get it out there. So but today I'm going to do something that we've been meaning to do for a very long time, and that's put suspension back on this guy. Now, I'm not putting the full suspension back on it, but I am going to go through with rebuilding these lower control arms. And as you can see, they're already sandblasted. I was able to take them up to my friend Tommy's shop and get them all sandblasted and clean, and we also pushed out the ball joints while we were there. I've done this in another video, so I'm going to leave the link below and show you how I did it before. I'm going to try a different technique this time, maybe, if I can get in there. And I'm going to try to use a air hammer to get these bushings out. Now, I don't know how successful that's going to be, but it's worth a try. So I'm going to try to get them out with the air hammer. If that doesn't work, I'll go back to my old method where we cut out the rubber and cut a slit down the side of it, beat it in on itself, and get those joints out. So you can check out the old video. I'll put it in the description below so you guys have it. But let me get set up and we'll see if we can beat these guys out. Last time I played with the air hammer, my buddy Brandon at Turbo V6 sent me this awesome air earphones and screen in one, and basically I use it all the time. Thank you, Brandon. But this stuff is loud and it'll hurt your ears. I know if you're young that probably doesn't seem like a big deal, but as I get older it seems to be a big deal. So I'm going to use them, but let me show you what we're going to at least plan. I'm going to use this chisel. I'm going to try to get it in between the metal and the bushing and kind of pry it out this way, and we're going to see if we can get these bushings out. It's really not much more difficult than that. I don't know if it's going to work. I've seen something on the internet, and let's give it a shot. Wow. Wow, that's insane. That worked really, really well. They're out. Holy cow. Well, that's a time saver. Little leverage, and this guy comes up. That's awesome. Now these are done. This one's a little marred up, so yeah, I gotta be cautious there. As long as this is okay, this is what is gonna secure it, but yeah, I gotta be careful. I don't want to mar it up too much. It does mar it up some. I'll try to use a different bit. That's crazy fast. So that was super simple. I mean, I have the right tool for the job. But now I'm to the point where I need to press everything back in. And I actually don't have a ball joint press. And I think it's time to go buy one. So I'm going to shut it down for this afternoon. I'm going to go buy one. And then we can put these things in and get them ready to go underneath the truck. And then we can start assembling the suspension over here. But we'll finish up with these on this video, and then we'll go over a whole coilover conversion for a Dodge Dakota like I've done before on that truck over there. It's pretty much the exact same suspension setup, but now you're going to be able to see it a lot easier with everything removed. And then we can get the truck back on the ground and move it around a bit, because I want to shift some things. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing over the next little bit of time here. And well, let me go to Harbor Freight and pick up a ball joint press, and that way I have one on hand. Another day goes by. It's been a couple days since we got those lower control arms all cleaned up and stuff, and Greg is back in town again. He's still going after this Typhoon, which is awesome. It's getting a lot of deserved attention. So right now he's working on the power steering pump. He's changing the pulley. We're going to change the lines, and when I get done with Gramps, I'll be able to help him out some. But things are going good. Coming to find out, we've got a couple things to take care of. He has cut the exhaust out from underneath this thing because it's kind of always not been the greatest exhaust. So we got one coming from Sport Machines. If you don't know who Sport Machines are, you probably should if you're in the side tie community. And then, well, I think that's, what's this stuff falling? Is it rain? Yeah, found out we're going to need a gas tank here, and fuel lines, brake lines, and we're probably going to pull the pumpkin out too at some point in time, get it all cleaned up and back together. But he's making good progress, making really good progress. Poor northern vehicles, right? But yeah, it's going good. But did some experimenting over here. I went to Harbor Freight and bought some tools, and well, I bought a press. Heads up, we did bend it already, but it still works, and got one control arm done. So I'm going to show you that process. It's pretty easy. Our bushings are right here. We're using all Moog stuff from Rock Auto that we ordered. This is K7194, which is a lower control arm bushing set. Comes with all 4 bushings for both sides. And then we got a ball joint in here in a minute, which we'll show you. That's a little bit of the harder thing to do. And I learned something, so I'm going to figure all that out, and then we'll get to you. I went out and bought a ball joint press tool, and it made simple work of putting in these bushings right here. So we're going to do that first. I don't think I had the ball joint lined up that well when we put it in, so we're going to try a different approach this time. But let's get the bushings in. Bushings are pretty easy as far as this stuff goes on these Dakotas. I do use a little bit of grease, put it on the inside of these holes. Insert dirty joke. A little bit of grease goes a long ways. So I got those greased up. This will come in handy. Got 2 zip ties here. Well, I'm going to use one. Take your larger, the larger diameter ball joint obviously goes in the shorter diameter side of the control arm. Should just kind of slide all in like that. And then I have went through my toolbox, found the socket that fits in between the 2 walls, and then I'm going to zip tie it in there. And by doing so, when we go to push this bushing in, it's not going to crush this down and prevent us or warp it or anything else and prevent us from getting it where it needs to be. The setup for this, there's a cup in that kit. The cup looks like this, and it'll actually fit over this side of the bushing, but it's recessed so that it'll come through. And then this guy right here fits really well just on the bushing itself on the other side. So you just kind of got to play chess to get this stuff together. Checkers. or Tetris is probably what the word I'm thinking of. Socket wrench on the handle and tighten. It should be about all it takes. If I can get that out of y'all's way. Tighten it down until it's flush. That's it. And it's done. So, similar process for the other side. Did I not? I forgot to do this. And we're done. At least with that part. Now, get to the ball joint. It'll be a little different on this one. So I had a little bit of issue with the ball joint in the last one and wanted to go in crooked. So I think this time I'm gonna clear all that out. Definitely put some grease in it again. And we're gonna tap it in a little bit with a hammer before we put the tool on it. It might be a two-man job, so Greg may have to come help me out, but we'll see. Let me put some on the ball joint itself too. There it goes. All right, I'm just gonna support this a little bit better so I can get some good wax at this guy. So we got the ball joint started. Now, I kind of messed this up a little bit ago, but we're still going to use it again. But this ring here needs to go around the ball joint and to where it doesn't interfere with the ball joint. So if you look right there, you can see all the gray around it, which is the control arm itself and not the ball joint. And then we'll use this cap here, which goes on the top and allows that nut to come through. For the bottom, this ring right here actually fits well on the ring of the ball joint itself. So we're going to use this, and then the ball joint, I don't know, plunger fits into that. Little time lapse there because it takes a little bit to get done, but it's all the way in. It's flush. We're good to go. I'm gonna get them cleaned up now and slap some paint on them, and then we'll be done. They can start getting ready to go on the truck, and we can start putting the suspension together on Gramps, which is coming very soon. So get these things cleaned up, get them painted, and then we'll go from there. Well, there you have it. Lower control arms are rebuilt. They look brand new. As you can see here, I had this taped up because, just like my Dakota up there in the front, Gramps is getting coilovers. So we're going to do the same thing we did to my Dakota with our reinforcement plates. They have to be trimmed down. I still got a bit of work to do here to get these down in place, but yeah, I kept that so I don't have to grind it off the weld. That's the only reason it's not painted down in there, but they're painted, they're done. If you guys caught it on the time lapse, I love this stuff. VHT epoxy paint. It's super tough once it cures. It dries pretty fast, and it, you know, this is a satin black. It looks, you know, fantastic. So a big fan of this stuff. So these guys are done. So before we'll know it, we'll have a Gramps on the ground. Gramps hasn't been on the ground in, I don't know, it's been a long time. And then actually kind of want to rotate some stuff, and we're probably going to get busy on a shop project where we build some shelves and like try to get some stuff off the ground and clean up the shop and make it work area a little bit more accessible. So Greg's got the exhaust pulled off the Typhoon, because we got stainless steel exhaust coming, so that's going to be cool. Where's it at? You throw it all over there? Oh, it's all over there.
Some of it there.
Yep. So we still have he's able to get the downpipe off without issue, which was a concern. So that looks good. And yeah, we've got some spring projects to work on. We've got a lot of stuff to do. So I'm going to think about building some shelves here. So if I do it, I'll bring you guys along. You guys know that already. So other than that, he's got some valve covers that are getting painted. And the valve train looks pretty good. And dude, you're doing a lot to this truck, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. Worth it though.
Much needed.
Much needed. It's getting the attention it deserves. Much like I did on the Magnum a while back before I sold that thing. So I'm excited to be able to get this thing on the ground. I got to find the hardware for it. I am going to get it ready for coilovers. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with that, you can use S10 coilovers on Dakotas. I have a video for it. So I will get these guys ready. Probably going to do that off camera because I've already done it once before. But once we do the next video, I'll probably link it down in that video. The video I've already done of installing coilovers, S10 coilovers on the Dakota, a first gen Dakota. So, all right, I'm gonna shut it down there. Again, thank you guys so much for 5,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. If you're new to the channel, obviously we have a lot of Dakota content, but we have all kinds of stuff: Novas and Bel Airs and Sonoma GTs and Typhoons and Corvettes, and there's something else we still haven't shared with you that I hope we share soon. But we got a lot going on, so if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And for all of those that already have, obviously I've said it like 5 times in this video, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, we're gonna have a good weekend. I hope you guys have a good weekend too. If you want to check us out on social media, you can check us out at the Racer X Garage at Instagram and Facebook. And we also have some t-shirts and stuff, and a hat and hoodie. All pretty good stuff. It's on you can check out our merch at racerxgarage.com. So go check that out. Have a fantastic weekend with your family. Easter this weekend, I think it is. See y'all next time. Y'all be good.